Tonight, we investigate one of the fastest growing segments in the 12-volt aftermarket industry, with new applications being announced almost daily. Shops and installers now more than ever need to become lighting specialists to meet the ever-growing demand for OEM upgrade replacements, off-road, emergency vehicles, programmable LED options, power sports, and even marine categories. Lighting can be the ultimate complement to any project build, and potentially the next big revenue stream waiting to be harnessed. CMA Live, presented by SiriusXM, the vehicle lighting episode starts now.
Goes topics. I mean, yeah, let's talk about
Stop
it. Today we're gonna go topics.
Roll it down. I am.
You don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on SiriusXM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
Who knew that a category such as lighting would grow to have the impact that it does today and the footprint that it has currently in the 12-volt industry? We recently did a training event, and the lighting day was actually the second most popular day of the entire event. What does this mean? Well, this means there's more product and demand than ever before, and it's a category that 12-volt retailers should really start paying attention to. There's great margins, there's great potential, and there are so many categories, whether you specialize in marine, whether you specialize in bikes perhaps, or if it's car audio. There is a place for lighting in your shop. On tonight's episode, we've got 5 industry leaders with 5 different brands coming on to share with you a couple of the key features and benefits of each of their brands, and to give you a snapshot of what is available out there currently in the lighting market. And my job tonight is to make sure I ask the questions for you so that you can figure out at the end of the show whether or not this is something you need to take a closer look at. Starting with our first guest, it's a brand that has made certainly a name for themselves, very savvy in the social media arena with very informative videos. We've had this gentleman on several different occasions. I've nicknamed him Dr. LED. I think it's stuck. Representing Car Lighting District, it's the certified technician known as Francis Dr. LED Gaudreau. You like that intro? Come on, I practiced that like 10 times, Francis.
It was excellent. It was excellent. Thank you very much, Ben, for having us tonight. It's a big pleasure.
Well, you know, CLD, you guys are making some noise as usual. We had some pretty big news, and I'm sure we're going to talk about some of that. Let's dive right into it. We got a lot to talk about. You know, if for those who don't know or might be hearing of these 3 letters for the first time, CLD stands for Car Lighting District. Can you give us a little bit of the history, the story behind the brand?
Absolutely. Well, Car Lighting District, CLD, was established in 2016 near Montreal's South Shore. It started solely with some of the very first LED conversion kits that were available on the market. But then CLD began designing its own LED conversion kits, namely our best-selling Helios LED conversion kit, as well as fabricating smaller LED replacement bulbs for other applications on vehicles. Nearing the end of 2017, CLD got its first big break and got a distribution deal with the company Tibber. Fast forward to mid-2019, CLD was then acquired by Tibber and continued developments with LED conversion kits, the Blitz in 2020, and the all-new Strix family for 2021, which we'll be talking about further down in the episode.
Yeah, so, you know, it's been a minute since you guys have been on board, and I think the real game changer is when, you know, you guys merged with Tibber, because obviously Tibber being a national distributor really, you know, took that up a couple notches. So what right now, for dealers tuning in, what is the current offering? What are the categories that CLD checks off?
All right, great question. Well, we have LED conversion kits suited for all types of applications. We have LED conversion kits suited for projector headlights, reflector headlights, fog lights. We have an all-new high-powered LED backup bulb, which is part of the Strix family. We have LED replacement bulbs for other applications, turn signals, dome lights, whatever you You name it, we have it, as well as all the plug and play error-free attachments for different installations if required.
All right, so we're really talking about replacement. We're not it's not so much a focus on auxiliary lighting, but definitely upgrading and maximizing the performance of replacement bulbs, whether, like you said, backup, interior, or anything forward facing. Okay.
Absolutely. All of our LED conversion kits and LED replacement bulbs are replacements for halogen counterparts. We're not really adding lighting to your vehicle. We're replacing what's already there with our LED products.
And that's your niche. Very good.
Absolutely.
So, with all the bulbs that are out there, I want to give you every opportunity to kind of talk to us about some of the key features that you're really proud of when it comes to your offering.
All right. Well, as I was saying, we have LED conversion kits designed for certain applications in mind. When following our vehicle's search function on the website, installers and consumers can be certain they'll find the correct LED conversion kits and the correct LED replacement bulbs for their intended applications. We have also almost 24/7 professional tech support if needed before, during, and after purchasing or installing. And as we've said before, we offer a lifetime warranty on our top-of-the-line LED conversion kits, and we have years of experience in the 12 to 24 DC lighting for vehicles.
Wow, that lifetime warranty is certainly a key feature. I'm happy that you mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
And that really segues us a little bit into this conversation here. I want to hear from you. Here you are, you're on the show, you want dealers to know about you guys. Why should they consider you as the option or one of the options that they want to offer in their shop?
We have almost all the answers for every installation possible. Dealers and installers can feel confident that with CLD products, their customers will not come back and be 100% satisfied from start to finish. We have always provided professional tech support if required before installing, before purchasing, related to all different questions in regards to lighting for vehicles. We develop relationships with our retailers and in our installers. Our doors, our phone, emails, and social media platforms are always open for questions and support. And not only this, but we have almost every product for nearly any vehicle for the best LED conversion kit possible.
I do want to just touch on one thing you said there, because I feel like it really makes you guys unique. You guys put a lot of effort into your social media stuff and your videos. Have a very strong library of how-tos and FAQs. I encourage you guys to definitely check that out. CLD, great job on all that stuff that you just mentioned.
On our YouTube channel, you have thousands, got hundreds of videos of us talking about different things, different LED subjects. It's real cool.
It's a great resource if you want to learn, especially if you're kind of new to it and you're not sure what you're getting into. I think what you guys have done have really developed a really good resource for people to kind of get in there and get a better understanding of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. What's next? Lighting. Obviously, you mentioned Strix, which is something we talked about recently. Let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. What's new from CLD?
All right, well, great. Starting next week on October 25th, Car Lighting District is launching an all-new family of products called the Strix. Strix is named off the now, owls see best at night. Obviously, we all know this. What's new with the Strix is that not like our previous lines of product like Helios, Kong, Blitz, which were really solely for headlights or for fog lights. The Strix family will include a family of products. Now we have an all-new LED conversion kit for headlights, and more notably, a high-powered 3,000 lumen LED backup bulb to replace halogen backup bulbs from stock on vehicles. This is really a big deal. These things will incredibly light up your backing experience 10 to 20 times more than your current lighting. It is definitely something that you need to see and need to try out for yourself. It is outstanding. It's really outstanding.
I think it's almost game changers. I encourage you, if you guys are watching this, obviously you can go to their website, as you see here, cldled.com. Francis and I did do a connected on this where they talk about in detail their new Strix lineup, including that backup upgrade that he's showing there. I do encourage you to go check that out on demand.
Absolutely. And also, I have to really mention this to get things going. Next week, for the full week of the October 25th, dealers could benefit of a 15% off on all Strix products. So now it's really the time to stock up on these new backup bulbs, these new LED headlight bulbs, and really get your inventory going and save some money on that.
That's including the brand new Strix line.
Only the Strix.
Only the Strix.
Yes, the week of
Okay.
October 25th, it's 15% off on all Strix products. We also have the dealer display promotion program. That was for the full month of October. So dealers, contact your Tibera rep and get yours before it's too late.
There you go. Said from the man himself, cldled.com, distributed by T-Bear, all
Yes,
over
sir.
the place, right across
yeah.
Canada. Hey, Francis, man, always a pleasure to have you on. Good to see you coming with a new product. Keep up the great work with all those great promotional and educational videos. And can't wait to see what else is coming down the pipe from CLD. Thank you so much.
Sounds great, Ben. Thank you very much for having us. Have a great evening.
You have a good night. All right, some new product from the team over at Car Lighting District, distributed by T-Bear. If that's something that it tickles your fancy, you want to find more information, check them out at cldled.com. All right, let's move on to our next guest. And our next guest, well, he's no stranger to this platform. He's been on because, man, this guy covers a lot of categories, because he represents a brand that literally is very important to the industry and has offerings just about everywhere. And this is definitely a category where they are quite strong in. I'm excited to hear what he has to say. We're representing the brand known as Heiss LED from their mothership brand called Metra. It's their Canadian sales manager, Mr. Gatlin Sandhu.
Ben.
Gatlin, here we are.
Here we are yet again.
But this time, by the way, I had a really good time the other day when we were talking Install Bay with a couple of the retailers.
That was really fun. Got a lot
I thought that was really super engaging. I'm happy we did that. But tonight, let's shift our focus to, the daylight is getting shorter. I hate to admit it. And lighting is on the minds of dealers and on consumers going to the shop saying, hey, what do we have? And Heiss has a very big catalog. So give us a little bit of the short version story of how Metra came up with Heiss and really got into that whole lighting category.
Well, being that Metra is a large, I guess you could say, peripheral company, we make everything you need to install car audio, lighting, accessories, heated seats, et cetera, et cetera. Metra kind of came about the Heiss LED category, 10, 15 plus years ago when we realized that there was a shift in business that needed to happen. LED business has been around for, I guess, 10, 15 plus years, and it's always a developing brand category in any shop. And so, Metra obviously has a gigantic offering when it comes to LED bulbs, housings, fog lights, underglow kits. 15 minutes, as usual, is never enough time to actually talk about all of the category. But, Metra and Heiss is definitely something that all of our consumers and retailers should be using. And, off branching from our typical dash kits and harnesses, it just makes sense. So,
yeah, absolutely. So, it's taking the knowledge and the history that Metra's developed over the years and applied themselves to a category that obviously, is wide open at the time and has developed quite a bit since then. We should take the time to mention that although we're talking about Heiss LED as kind of the big brand, there's also Daytona lights under there as well. As a more entry-level category, a price-conscious.
There's even a more entry-level category, which is, again, the install bay that we had talked about the other night. Three-tier branding going on there. The install bay is kind of like your very price point orientated lighting. Same with the Daytona series, very competitive. And then when you're looking for kind of an upper echelon type of product, you get into the Heiss brand of lighting, again, offering a 3-year warranty because as we all know, LED bulbs don't last forever, but even after the 3 years, we'll look after you. We've been in the business for, 75 plus years. Actually, we're celebrating our 75th year in business.
That's incredible. 75 years and 12.
75 years in business. Yeah, isn't that incredible? So, you can rely on Metra. We've been here for 75 plus years. You can rely on me as a rep. If you have any problems with their products, give me a shout. We'll look after you.
Absolutely. So let's dial it back a little bit. I know you just dropped a couple categories, but I want to be clear and concise. What exactly are the category offerings in the lighting category for Heiss?
So Heiss offers an abundance of all the products. So you're looking at LED bulbs, LED light conversion kits, clearly, an abundance of different light bars and shapes and sizes.
So auxiliary lighting as well.
Auxiliary lighting, LED glow strips, RGBW kits coming up in the new year here. I guess we can talk to you about that.
I didn't even know that. That's new. We'll circle back to that. We'll circle back to that.
Of course, there's the marine category for Heiss. There's the Jeep specific category for Heiss. And then there's also, Harley Davidson. There's ATV, UTV. I encourage everyone that's watching, because again, we only have 15 minutes to talk here. to visit the heisled.com website and take a look at all the different product categories that are available. But, to give you a few select ones, that gives you a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that's a pretty wide range. And I just want to clarify something for those bike guys tuning in. The Heist product, is it branded Heist or in the Heist catalog, or is it in the Saddle Tramp catalog?
It would be in the Saddle Tramp catalog.
Okay.
But when you're looking at Heist LED as a whole and you're looking on the website, there is a specific tab for Harley Davidson.
Right. Just like there is for Metro Marine as well.
Correct. Exactly.
Gotcha.
It all falls under the same, Heist 3-year warranty, branding, all of that. But each category has, again, its own lighting category. So Heist for Saddle Tramp, Heist for Jeep, Heist for et cetera, et cetera.
Perfect. Okay. And again, encourage you, like Gatlin said, go to the website. It's the best way to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out until I went to the website. No matter how many times Gatlin said it to me, it's just so much more visual. Talk to us a little bit, maybe pick out a couple key features or key products that you really want dealers to know about, out of the entire lineup.
Currently, we're getting into the RGBW. A lot of people like that RGBW, being able to change and do all those different colors.
So so RGB, red, green, blue, and adding the W, meaning
you're able to manipulate the lighting into doing more things than just your standard RGB. So we offer a Cb1 controller, which allows you to use our Bluetooth app on an abundance of different products, whether it be from Heist Marine, Heist Saddle Tramp, Heist Jeep, and you can actually connect several different lighting systems to one singular controller, the Cb1, and control flashing, control, turn signals. You can control all sorts of different things. That's one product. The Underglow kit is one of our newest offerings in the Heist category lineup. That's super cool. And another piece that I could talk about would probably be the 8-gang switch panel, which allows you to control up to 8 different devices. And then you can control it with the Cb1 attached to that and have an abundance of probably up to 48 different light sections in your vehicle if you want.
Let me translate that into what that means. So you're working on a rig. So let's say you put a kit of rock lights in, you want accent lighting on the inside under your seats and in your trunk, and then you have an underglow kit, and then you got a wheel kit, and then you got whatever other RGB thing you can throw at it. All this can be all controlled through one system.
You got it.
Brilliant. That's a really good selling point. Very, very cool.
Pretty cool. So those are some of the new features, and not necessarily features, but products that are coming down the line. But
okay,
an idea.
This is an easy one for you, but I'm going to throw it at you anyways, because it's only fair that I ask you, why should dealers take a closer look at getting their lighting needs from Metro, who they most likely already do business with?
Well, and that's kind of a key feature just in itself, is that, the majority of the shops that are doing LED lighting upgrades can, speak to the majority of the distributors that they're currently already dealing with in Canada and obtain our Heist lighting through our distributors or through their current distributor. So that would be a very good reason there on its own. Reliable product. And again, if you look at the Heist LED website, the abundance of different applications that are available. We're not just a light bulb company, right? We're not just doing light bulb, LED light bulb conversions or interior light bulb conversions. We're covering all the bases. So if there's really not a category that we don't have under our umbrella of the Heist lighting or the Daytona series or the install bay categories, then I don't know who else would, but Metro definitely has you covered. So
yeah, so from a practicality standpoint and from just using the same channels that you already have established, I think those are also key benefits to looking at lighting through the Metro network of products. Well, you kind of spilled the beans, but I'm going to circle back to you. What's coming up next coming from Heist, or what can we expect? Where's it going? Because it's grown so much, right? This category, the catalog, it just seems like it never ends.
I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff coming up for SEMA, and I'm not even sure if I should be showing
I don't know.
Awesome stuff.
Dude, I can't even see what that is. You're
teasing me. I might have to zoom into some of this stuff, but
okay.
To
I see a Jeep grill.
There are several pages of some new products coming down the line for SEMA, and I hope that you guys
that is sneaky,
can get some of that stuff in the SEMA lineup. I'm sure we'll be doing another one of these. Just
for sure.
So I'd be happy to share more of that information with you. But some really cool stuff is coming down the line. So,
and it's all being launched at SEMA, which is
correct.
Like what, next week or 2 weeks from now or something?
November 1st to the 5th at SEMA.
Right. There you go. Yeah. Incredible network also of distribution across Canada through multiple distribution points.
Absolutely.
Dealer inquiries, you can visit metroonline.com.
Yep.
You can get a hold of Gatlin. He's your guy for Canada if you're a shop and you don't currently buy from a distributor, which I don't know how, because pretty much you're everywhere, so it's pretty accessible. Yeah. But I do encourage you, like Gatlin said, follow his advice. Check out the website, metroonline.com. From there, it'll lead you to every Metro brand you want to go to, including Heist LED, to find out all the great news. And stay tuned to their social media, because I'm sure they'll be unveiling a couple new items that Gatlin was kind of teasing us on there on his phone from CMA.
You bet. Metro, Morgan has always got our social media background covered.
Oh, Morgan's got that on lock. Shout out to her for sure. Good. All right, Gatlin. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Cool stuff from Heist LED. Take care.
Bye.
All right, so we got 2 down, 3 more to go, 3 very big brands to go, again, with all different opportunities and features. And really, I'm just here to show them to you. Hopefully you guys take a look at this and ask your questions and continue that research and continue that, search into what brand fits best for you. On that note, here's a brand that, for me, hits close to home because I know these guys. I've known them from the car scene from a long time, and here they are rocking the world with their Odx lighting systems. Here to tell you all about it, we've got their marketing director, Kevin Darwish, joining us from Odx.
Hey, Ben, how's it going?
Kev, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Same.
And I do say that because, for those who don't know, my background in Montreal, that's where I'm from, and, the whole drifting scene and everything. And when I see those letters ODX, it means something for those who know. So there's a little bit of a legacy there for sure. But to see you guys kind of what you've done with the brand and evolved, why don't you take a few moments and maybe tell the story a little bit? Odx, what's that all about? What's the brand all about?
Well, as you said, you know the old owner, who is Eric Balek, who started before even getting into the lighting. He had Underground Design, which was the Canadian body kit distributor. If anybody wanted a body kit, they were getting it through Underground Design. Mm-hmm. So in 2007, he launched ODX, which stands for Underground Design Xenon. So he started off in the HID market, also in the halogen market. So he did a couple of years of that, always stuck to the halogen, but the HID market was a bit of like a rocky one, a lot of, failing components, a lot of like warranty replacements. He decided to get aside from the HID market, and in 2013 is when he started first with the LEDs. And I have a funny little story I was actually discussing with Max earlier today. Right now, the warranty at ODX is lifetime warranty. When we first launched ODX with the LEDs, the warranty was 12 years, and there's a little backstory with that. LEDs are said to to last 30,000 hours, 40,000 hours, but back in those days, nobody was ready to back it up. So hey, it lasts 40,000 hours, but you have a 1-year warranty or a 6-month warranty or a 1-month warranty. We decided to back it up. And they crunched some numbers, and they came out with 40,000 hours. A person uses their car roughly X number of hours per day. It came out to 12 years. So for the first couple of years, the LEDs our warranty was a 12-year warranty. But after a couple of years, it's starting to get complicated. 12, forget it. Lifetime warranty, and
it's just keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple, and that's what we offer to our clients. And we've had multiple series throughout all the years, and it always follows up with the advancements in technology. The advancements in LED chips that create less heat. Less heat meanings that you need less cooling, so you could tone down on the size of the LED. So we're always evolving with the technology and pushing forward, trying to offer a cut-through products that are for the clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And I should mention, now national distribution started a little local company, right? Now you guys are distributed through Automobility as well as BB Distribution, if I'm not mistaken.
For the automotive, and we also have Kimpex Motovan for the powersports. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Different channels there. Okay, let's cut to the chase. What right now is the current offering, the categories, right? The big categories, the headliners from ODX.
For the automotive side, we have 8 series, including the mini bulbs. So we have the Spark, we have the Compact. So Spark is more of like a OEM replacement for if you just want to upgrade your burnt halogen bulb to an LED, you'll go with the Spark. Next up, you have the Compact, which is a fan cooled but a really small profile bulb. And then we go on to, we have a Spec, which is more as a specific bulb that's made for Volkswagen and Mercedes Sprinter. We have the Hybrid, which is no bigger than a halogen bulb, but it actually has a very big power. So as I was saying before, with the technology of cooling and the chips that cause less heat, we're able to go get a really small size but still have that big power of an LED. So the eBrit is really your go-to bulb for that. We also have the Projector Series for the projector lens headlights. We have the Intense, that's more if you want to go for the big power. We have the Mist, which is for only fog lights, but you have a wireless RF remote that you could toggle between white and yellow. So white if it's just regular conditions and you want them to match your headlights, but if you have a snowstorm, you have fog, well then you could toggle to the yellow. And then we have the Dynamite Series, which is the mini bulbs.
When I asked you like that, I didn't realize there was that deep the line.
And that's just automotive. I didn't talk about power sports yet.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the power sports. Absolutely, we should.
Power sports, we have 3 SKUs. We have the lithium, we have the S6, and we have the B2. B2 is made specifically for snowmobiles, the same technology as the Mist, which is a 2-color bulb. This one, though, is toggled between your low beams and your high beams.
Yes.
Now, the lithium is more, it's once again, it's a no bigger than a halogen, so easy replacement. The cooling is just done by the base of the bulb, so there's no fan, there's no moving parts. So you could put that anywhere on an ATV, on a motorcycle. You could also use it on a snowmobile, and you don't have any worries of getting gunked up with any snow, salt, or mud. And you have the S6 series that's mainly made for motorcycles, so it's like really the most powerful bulb to go get for in the power sports series. Now, aside from automotive and power sports, we also have all more of like the accessories. We have sealed beams, we have the decoders, the smart decoders, the DRL decoders, we have the resistor kits, we have universal resistors, and we have a very wide range of brackets depending on your application, what you're installing in. So if you have, let's say an example, a BRP Riker, you can't just install the bulb itself. You need a special bracket. So we in-house designed a.
So these are application-specific kits.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot of brackets, and by using our website, you'll be able to know what bracket is required for your application.
So you guys went pretty deep on that power sports side of things to offer application-specific kind of stuff. Very unique. Very cool.
In Canada, we have a very wide range of power sports.
Absolutely.
And, especially snowmobiling and motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides. It's a
big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's kind of blending my last question to this one. We're talking about the offering, but now you've also touched on a couple key features. Keep going on these key features that dealers need to know about for certain products that you're very proud of.
Well, what really sets Odx apart is we really have products that you can convert your vehicle, whether it's automotive or power sports. We have everything to convert your vehicle to LED. Not only headlights and high beams, low beams, with fog lights, mini bulbs, exterior lights, interior lights. We have really everything that you need, from the decoders to everything, the brackets, the plugs, everything that you need. And not only that we have the products, but we have our website to follow up. So our website is a tool that should, and it really needs to be used. So we have a very huge database for your bulbs to look up, including the vehicles that have projectors. Usually a regular database will not tell you if your vehicle has projector lens. Now, a real car enthusiast knows if his car has projector lenses, but a regular client is just looking,
what is that? All my headlights project? I don't understand what you're saying.
Exactly. So our database not only tells you which bulb is needed, it'll tell you if you have a projector lens. It'll also tell you if your vehicle requires a bracket. Does your vehicle require a smart decoder or a DLR decoder? If you're installing mini bulbs, we talked about this in the workshop. A lot of times you want to install LED mini bulbs, but a lot of vehicles nowadays have warning systems, so telling you if you have a burnt brake light, if you have a burnt flasher, if you're getting the hyper flashing. So a lot of these vehicles, unfortunately, obviously it's a step more, but you need a resistor or these types of decoders. So our website, once you're looking up the specific vehicle, it'll tell you what you need. If you need a resistor, we have the resistor finder that will tell you which resistor is needed, how to plug it, how to do it. So it takes all the headache out of it. So we really have, from the first step all the way to the last step, what you need to do, what products you need, and it really takes the headache out of it.
Oh, very nice. And you know, I've heard the feedback from you know dealers how they use that, and it helps them because it just takes a lot of the guesswork away.
Exactly.
That's not to say you don't have some, you know, the customer service to back it up on top of that, if you know whatever they have a question.
Exactly. So aside from our website, if your answer is not answered, we have the technical support that you could call in 5 days a week. That's from 9 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. Eastern time. So anybody who's in the Western Canada will still have a couple of hours to call us. But you know, if any question is not answered, call up our technical support and we'll definitely have the answer that you have. And once again, as I said before, we have the lifetime warranty, which is also a big plus for installation shops.
So you got the lifetime warranty, you got that crazy website that's just loaded with all that data. What other reasons would a dealer have to say, you know what, ODX, that's where I want to be with?
Well, you know, before you were talking about the distribution centers, is having inventory. A lot of times, you know,
man, is that important right now?
Oh yes, yes. A lot of places, aside from from lighting, anything in the automotive right now is back order, back order, back order. So having the big distribution centers, having inventory on hand, easy, you know, between B&B and Automob, you'll order something, you'll have it the next day. That's what makes a big difference with clients. You know, a lot of times people are impulsive and they decide they want something, they run it right away. So being able to have the inventory on hand is a big plus.
Very, very cool. I know we already talked about a couple new products, but I like to kind of poke at you here. I have you to myself. What can we expect from ODX?
One-on-one. Nobody's listening to us.
There's no support. You can't run off the screen here. What can we expect from ODX? Because you guys, like you said, your lineup has grown so much over the years. You're getting very deep in specific, like application-specific type stuff, and then some technology-based stuff, like the RF remote on, you know, on the eBrid and stuff. What else? What else is coming, man? What else could there be?
I'll try and keep it simple without spilling any of the beans. We don't like to talk too much without having the product on hand, but we're coming out with 2 new series in the automotive lineup. I won't talk too much about that. We're having 1 new series in the powersports lineup. And this one I can say is it's a product that was specifically designed for the Ski-Doo G4 platform.
Oh, now, that's a popular platform.
Yes, and the reason I'm talking about it is that anybody who owns a G4 Ski-Doo, which is I'm not 100% on the years, but there's a good like 4 or 5 years, if not more, of the platform, and still continuing it's that platform. We've had complaints of anybody running any type of LED that are complaining the way the headlight housings are made. The light output is horrendous. Even with our previous series, like it doesn't have.
You're talking about the design of the reflector.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you're throwing in, and it's not that amazing with the halogen either, but you're throwing in a replacement LED kit, and the light output is really not good. So we were getting a lot of calls about this, and we decided to create a series that was made specifically for the Ski-Doo G4 chassis. And we did lots of extensive research, a lot of testing. Every week we were testing like new prototypes of the bulb. We've had I don't know, like maybe 5 or 6 G4 snowmobiles at the shop at ODX, and we really came out with a bulb that works amazing. Like
when is this due?
It'll be there it'll be ready for the winter.
Oh, so it's coming soon. We'll be talking about it soon enough.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Listen, I can't thank you enough, Kev, for making the time. Congrats to you guys, and you know your continued development and success with ODX. ODX.ca for more information. Automob, BB, and for those of you in the powersports, Kimpex. I mean, 3 major distribution centers that you could get your hands. What's that?
Motovan also.
And Motovan. There you go. Yeah. Get you some ODX. Thanks, Kev.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
That was Kevin Darwish, marketing director for Odx Lighting. Moving on to our next brand. This one is funny. This is a double whammy day for me on this one. We just did a connected announcing the new partnership between this brand and our distributor here up in Canada called Trends Electronics. They have taken on the giant brand. Wow, this is a big brand called Race Sport. You haven't heard of it? I doubt it, because they've been around for a long time, quite the presence in the US, and now available to Canadian dealers through Trends Electronics. I am lucky enough tonight to have Ignacio Ayala come and join us. He's the product sales support specialist for Race Sport. Come on up. What's
How's
going
it
on,
going?
Ignacio?
Hello,
Long time no
sir.
see, bro.
I
Long
know,
time no
right?
see.
It's only been a little bit.
It's only been a little bit, but that's okay, because the purpose of this show is so that you have a seat at the table, deservingly so, to talk to our audience and talk a little bit about, you know, the Race Sport brand, in case they don't know. Maybe to Canada, to Canadian customers, it's something new. So here's the opportunity. Tell us, Ignacio, tell us the Race Sport lighting history, the story about the brand.
Well, Race Sport was founded in 2007, so we're about 15 years in. We were one of the first lighting companies to market in the 12-volt industry here in the U.S. You know, and we're one of the first pioneers of the industry. You know, since 2007, we've grown tremendously in various industries. You know, marine, ATV, motorcycle, RV, commercial municipality. We're trying to, you know, broaden ourselves out there, and you know, we want to make ourselves a one-stop shop. So we've been around for a while.
Yeah, we've heard about you for sure. I mean, I see your presence at, you know, the Knowledge Fest shows and the social media and the videos that you guys got going on. And it's a very thick catalog that cover you mentioned a couple of categories. So on that note, can we break that out? So that dealers understand, you know, when you're talking about Race Sport, if you're trying to partner up with a brand like Race Sport, what are the categories that you are checking off?
So, I mean, you know, as you said, you know, we have a very thick catalog. We're about 5,500 SKUs in the automotive, you know, like I said, automotive line in regard to the 12-volt, you know, marine, motorcycle, like all those categories. We have a little bit of, and you know, particular lighting that will work for those industries itself. You know, off-road lighting industry, you know, Jeep specific products, you know, motorcycle lighting. You know, one of the bigger things that we've been, you know, the bigger thing that we do is for lighting. That's one of the biggest things for us here with Race Sport. You know, and you know, like I said, we want to consider ourselves a one-stop shop. We want to, you know, have the vast of different products for you guys to offer. You know, we're a premier lighting vendor more than anything.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the deep lineup just in replacement LED and xenon. Both.
That's correct. Exactly. So, you know, we offer our HID system. You know, one of our biggest HIDs that I love and recommend all the time is our Gen 6 HID kit. It's a plug and play, true plug and play HID kit. You know, and then in the same realm, you know, we have an LED kit also. We have various LEDs at that point, and each LED will work for different industries at that point too. You know, and we just have a vast amount of different lighting offerings for you guys more than anything.
You know, we're going to talk about this, but I know there's a website just for the Canadian market. So, hey, thank you for thinking about us.
Yes, for sure.
It's racesportlighting.ca is the website. It's there to support dealers. It gets great information. We talked about that a little bit today in our Connected. My next question is going to be talking about a couple key features that you want to bring up that you're just absolutely clutch that dealers know about when it comes to Race Sport product.
So, I mean, Race Sport lighting itself, we want to have patented products. We have trademark products, you know, something in the niche, unique solutions, you know, for the market. You know, as I mentioned earlier, you know, we have our Gen 6 HID kit, which is our solve of all problematic vehicles at that point. You know, we go and we design these particular products to fix, you know, not necessarily fix, but to help the market out there, you know, with problematic vehicles. For instance, I always like to bring this up. You know, I take this Gen 6 HID kit and take it to anybody that's had, you know, a bad experience with HIDs. You know, one of the more problematic vehicles that I know out there is your Rams, Dodge Rams out there. Those vehicles end up being a headache when it comes to aftermarket. Our Gen 6, you know, HID kit is a true plug and play for that vehicle. Plug and play, good to go. You know, and that same aspect, you know, when I was talking about patented products, you know, we're coming up with our Gen 4 LED kit that is patent product for us. You know, we do have a bunch of patents on that particular product. So, you know, we make a lot of unique products that is, you know, for the market over there too. You know, and one of the, like, and same thing in regards to patented products, we are also doing like a roof mount cab light, which is wireless. You know, something, you know, unique that you don't see out there very often.
Roof mount cab light?
That's correct. That's correct.
Interesting.
It's a solar roof, you know, wireless mount, you know, so it solves those headaches. You know, a lot of customers out there don't want to, a lot of the dealers out there don't want to install, a roof, light anymore, because you have to drill into the roof, you have to figure out where wires are at, you have to figure
It's
all
the
that
risk
stuff.
and reward situation.
Exactly. So, at the same time as I'm talking about, unique products, wireless out there, don't have to worry about drilling anything. Your prep is what's gonna take you the longest. So as I said, that's what we do when it comes to race lighting.
We in our session today we talked about a couple key features that I thought I'd point out as well. Some of the cooling features that you have, like the Medusa strands that you have. That's pretty neat.
For Gen 4.
And forgive me, I don't remember the exact name of the technology, but that diffuser that you have
That
on
is
the bulb itself.
it's exactly what it is. It's a diffuser cup.
Right.
That's what I would say are anti-glare focus cup.
Anti-glare focus cup.
I was just thinking about it.
No, these little things, right? Which for me represent a company that cares, that really tries to put in the effort to go above and beyond just the standard, right? Because you're dealing with customers and you want to be an industry leader. So let's talk about the business side of things a little bit. You're here now in Canada. You're being distributed by Trends Electronics, right? Great partner of ours as well.
Yes, 100%.
What are some of the benefits to dealers to get them to kind of say, you know what, I'm going to take a closer look at Raceport from a business perspective?
So, I mean, as I said earlier, we have unique products. We have solutions in regards to problematic, issues that you've had in the past, probably. We have a good profitability when it comes to the product, versus from you to the end user at that point. We have high performance product, and we back it all. 15 years of doing this lighting itself. We've gone through all those headaches. We've found solutions for you guys, so we want to make it as easy as possible for you at that point. Solid product, production. We do a lot of marketing, as you said. We do a lot of videos, we'll do a lot of flyers and like that for customers. It's just, we bring a value to the marketplace, and than any other lighting supplier out there for the most part.
I want to also mention, just to add to what you're saying, Ignacio, I thought that your entire setup and support system that you have for dealers in Raceport University, I thought that was pretty unique as well.
Yeah, and exactly what you're saying. The RS University it's what we call our blog site, and we have a bunch of offerings there. We give free trainings at that point. If you have new salespeople in your shop and they're not too familiar with lighting, go into the RS.
So this is not
training.
product specific. This is just lighting.
It's lighting
general.
overall. Yeah, we talk about lux versus lumens. We talk about what is an LED kit, what an HID kit. We tell you, like I said, lux versus lumens, which is, a lot of people don't know what that is. And and for us at Raceport, we talk about lux, which is a usable light. And and a lot of people don't know what that is. Take these courses, and even if you know about lighting, taking these courses will give you a refresher. And that's something that I recommend too. In that same portal, we give you guys some turnkey marketing. We give you some vehicle fitment guides. In regards to you wanting to sell the product, we give you tear sheets. And then at the end of the day, it even gives you like a live, inventory feed. Whether we have it in stock or not in stock.
Yeah, man, that's super cool. I love that infrastructure built in there for the dealers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, I can't let you go without talking about either what's new, like just now, or something that's coming down the pipe. What do you have for us, man?
So it's no secret. We just launched it last week. Our Projector Perfect LED Kit, which a lot of people can't say that out there right now. It is the first to market. We approve as a Projector Perfect, in the name. It is meant for projectors, only for projectors. What you'll see out there a lot is a lot of these LED kits are, you'll see that they're 2-sided or 3-sided, and they will not work for projectors. Before this particular series, we recommended HIDs for projectors. A lot of these vehicles out there have factory HIDs, and what we have been noticing is a lot of our customers are looking for LEDs. This LED kit will be that. It's going to be, what everybody's asking for. Everybody has been waiting for it. It took us a little bit to get it, put it into market, but it's out there now. It's shipping now. You mentioned earlier, Trends Electronics is our distributor in Canada. They have that stuff ready to ship. So it's, something that,
I want to touch on this because this is a unique point. What Ignacio is referring to is, the projector headlight is forward facing, right? And it's really meant to have a certain type of light disperse. That's why they were recommending xenon lights, because it was like a 360 dispersion. But with LED lights, because most of the time it's a chipboard and you got lights on either side, there's always going to be these blank spots, and it's just not smooth, right? And
That's
this
correct.
new thing you're talking about is a singular forward-facing LED meant
That
just
is correct.
for
For a
what kind of performance are we talking about?
So you're looking at about 3,500 lux per bulb, which is close to about 8,000 lux for the kit. So you're looking at what we would consider one of the most brightest LED kits out there in market. I actually personally tested this product in my personal vehicle, Grand Cherokee, with projector headlights, HID, LED right next to each other, and there was no difference. So the fact that we were able to have that technology in these projectors, which has been a headache for a lot of customers, it's something that's going to work really well. I am excited for it. It's something new. Everybody's been asking for it, and it's going to be smooth sailing from there. In regards to that.
Well, a couple congratulations. Number one, congrats on this new Projector Perfect Lighting system offering. Very cool. Congrats on your new partnership with Trends. You see, for dealer inquiries in Canada, you want to check out trendsinc.com. They'll get you all set up with some race sport gear. And, welcome to Canada, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm excited.
All right. And thanks for taking the time tonight to share with us some of the products, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Take care, Nasu.
Bye-bye.
Last but not least, we've got another heavyweight. Man, we got some good brands tonight. I personally love them all. I think they all bring great value to the table, and I love hearing the different angles and the different This gentleman, he takes lighting seriously. The guy's intense, and you're going to find out why he's so intense. I had the pleasure of being on with him for a couple CMA connected sessions with Dick's Performance. Bright Source, Canadian company. We're going to the West Coast this time, out in BC. Let's welcome the president of Bright Source, Mr. Ian McKenzie, to CMA Live.
Good evening, Ben. How you doing?
Good. Are you afternoon? You might still be afternoon. No, you're getting good evening.
Yeah, we're there. We're getting there for sure.
So here you are, the wise president, sitting in the back, patiently observing, taking notes, and I've saved you for last. This is your first time on CMA Live, so first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having us. We appreciate the opportunity to talk to people. And boy, this was a great series. Like, listening to those folks, there's obviously some passion, and the dealers are looks like they're all well served by some really good options out there in the lighting market, and we've got some really good stuff to add to it. So
you bet. Well, why don't we start with your story? Since you're new, I got to learn. I'd like to give you an opportunity. what is the Bright Source story?
Yeah, so the founders of this company are myself and another group of 4, and we have all been in the lighting business for 30 plus years. So when we came up with the idea of developing the Bright Source brand, it was about 2010. And the reason for being then was just that there were so many products coming into the market, but very few Canadian specific sources, and very few products in the market that dealt with our Canadian daytime running light issues. So that's kind of where we got started, and we developed a bunch of products to help with problematic setups like the Dodge, but also the Ford F-150s, the GMC, just right across the whole light truck spectrum, but also into the automobile side as well. So that's kind of where we got started, and then we evolved into different categories as well. So,
well, we're going to talk about these categories. So Bright Source. This is going to be interesting because I know I was surprised. So I'm going to give you every opportunity here, Ian. Tell us, sir, what are the categories that are Bright Source?
Sure. So we are into auxiliary lighting as well as headlight replacement bulbs and fog light replacement bulbs. We have work lights, we have safety lights, we have rechargeables, and even some power banks. So, and components that help an installer get through the install with a minimum of hassle. So that starts right off with our vehicle specific kits. And so in some of those kits, and it is important to look it up on our website. I must I can't stress that enough, because even though somebody knows that an H11 goes in a Chevy truck, that might be the case, and it might be that setup needs a wiring harness. And so what we do is we couple these together in a kit. It's all packed up together. It's either plug and play or pre-assembled in the box. And with the HIDs and some of the LEDs where the profile of the light is higher than the old halogen that you're replacing, we even have dust caps that are included in the kit with additional height to make that installation just that much easier. And they're pre-drilled, and there's a grommet to keep the water out and all that stuff. So we're very, very attuned to, the Canadian winter issues with headlights and so forth. And that's, that was really where we got our start. So,
replacement. I want to just expand a little bit on what you said. When you talk about replacement, we are talking about full xenon solutions. We're talking about LED conversion kits, fog lights, lighting, interior lighting. We're talking about auxiliary lighting and light bars. I know we're going to talk about that, I'm sure, because there's some pretty unique stuff going on there. But I want to focus also on the other stuff that maybe some of the other brands didn't touch on, like the safety lighting, right? And the rechargeable and the shot lighting. These are all Bright Source branded products that dealers can go as deep as they want with.
Exactly, and it does really open it up for the dealers into some categories that we really pick the most exciting and new technologies, and that really and I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself here, but in the desire to keep bringing excellent products to market that offer more than a singular function, we developed with a company in Sweden the Siberia series, and that lineup has single row from 12 to 50 inch, double row from 12 to 50 inch LED light bars that have just kick butt performance in terms of distance in projection. So we talk about functional lighting. They're functional lighting to 450 meters, for example. These are also equipped with a positioning light. So it's a cool and differentiating feature for a driver who wants their truck to look a little bit different than their mates. So either a white or a yellow, or an amber output in the positioning light. We have cubes that do that. We have some really interesting products in the safety world that sort of crosses over a little bit into safety, but it's also a light bar function, and that's in our night guard. So you have the long range light, you'll have the positioning light, and then you have a strobe function. And the strobe function can be triggered if you're, traffic safety, or if you're driving a Bobcat, just so you have either front facing or rear facing options. And it's super, super loaded with just great components that'll last in our winters. And we offer these up with 3-year warranties. Our titanium series, which has been a huge hit for the last 3 or 4 years, has 5-year warranties. And so it's hard to find that sometimes in the LED light bar world. And I realize I've gone off track here without.
No, you haven't, because you've segued right into my next question. You've mentioned 2 very unique points that you've selected out of your line. I did want to point out that, if you take a look at those Siberia series, I must say those are very unique looking light bars.
Absolutely.
Especially with the light, the dual light there. I mean, that's some really cool things you can do with that from an insulation switching perspective, which I thought could interest some of our dealers and our fabricators that are tuning in. You also have the heated element lights, right? That, from the snow. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah. And that's a really cool feature. So we have a Snowplow headlight that's SAE DOT approved and has a heated front lens. So, when you're driving behind trucks and so forth in snowplow world and its ugly nights, you got to have clear lighting lens, or you're not going to be able to see where you're going. So that heated light option is prevalent on the headlights, as I mentioned. And then we have a 5-inch square as well as a 20-inch light bar that have the heated elements as well. And these are actually triggered automatically when the temperature goes below, say, 8 degrees Celsius, and then it'll work to about minus 45, and it'll just keep that lens clear when you're out collecting gunk off the road.
Yeah, but it's such an important feature.
Keeps it clear for sure. Yeah.
I remember in our training, we talked about a module that was very unique and proprietary technology to you. Now, I don't remember if that was within the LED range or in the xenon range. I really wanted you to talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we designed and created and manufacture still here in Canada an optocoupler kit. And that is basically a printed circuit board that works with either the LED or the HID conversion kits. And that is included in the vehicle specific kit if it's required. So for example, lots of guys will sell a resistor, or they'll sell other anti-flicker devices and so on. But what we've done is we've engineered a lot of that into this optocoupler kit, although there are some kits that have additional resistors just because that's what they need. So what this will do in terms of like the Dodge H13 kit is it'll take a the high beam is typically where DRL is drawn for halogen headlight, and it'll actually, instead of having a full power high beam light that is very annoying in city traffic, we switched that from high beam to low beam, so you don't have that annoyance factor or that give me a ticket factor in the city driving. And we also engineered out the headlight out when the turn signal goes on, because it's very difficult to see down a dark road without.
Why do they do that?
It blows me away. But
why would you turn off the light when you need to move your vehicle another direction? Explain that to me.
Yeah, so we engineered that out as well, and that's a really key feature, and it's very proprietary. Nobody else has that here because it's proprietary.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Is there any other technology you might want to point out, or key selling feature, or that we might have missed?
I think one of the key things is we have really good technical support. We have a really good lookup system on our website, and we are in your court as a dealer. We are very much oriented towards helping you towards solutions. So if you have a problem, I know it's not lip service. We are with you till it is resolved, and that is something that we really we just know what it's like, right? To be with a customer in front of you who has a problem. You need an answer. You need it now, and again, that's one of the primary reasons we designed these vehicle-specific kits. So there are a shorter volume of YouTube videos, but we're growing that all the time too. But there are good resources online for us to educate people about our products, and we're just pretty excited about the future direction. We've got a new bulbs coming out.
Well, before we talk new, I need to mention something here. So
Sure.
On the business side, we're talking about benefits for dealers. You talked about the great support, their partnerships with them, the lookup tools. You're partnered with Dix Performance, right? This is something we need to mention. We're going to bring it up shortly, of course.
Sure.
So let's talk. What other strong selling point do you have for dealers to get on board with your brand? For those that are looking for that partner in lighting right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're dedicated to helping people with displays or whatever they need to help sell the products, and we have good supportive materials. We've got a great online catalog, and we kind of keep it simple. Like, we don't have the depth that some of the guys we just heard talk about in terms of 5,500 SKUs. We're not even close to that, but we're passionate about what we have, and what we have is easy for the dealer to digest. So you either have a really bright long range light, you have a bright long range light with features, or you have a budget piece. And so there are options in our auxiliary light products that do that. But a lot of dealers we know are working in different categories. So they'll have a municipal safety light need, or they've got a lot of mechanics in the area. They serve a downtown area where there's people of different, in different trades who would use our Tech Series lights, which are the rechargeable lineup. And so there are just a good range of make sense, profitable products available through our catalog that are backed by, a company that understands what it's like to be in retail. And we definitely have your back.
Very, very cool. Now let's talk about what's coming down the pipe, or what's new. What can we expect from BrightSource to get dealers excited?
Yeah, well, we've got this really incredible new bulb series in the LED market coming, and it's basically a maglev cooling system, which is the technology that's used on bullet trains, and it's designed to keep a fan in a frictionless environment. And so the frictionless environment means that there's no noise. Super important is the cooling system that'll keep a circuit board, cool. And the benefit is that we can generate a great deal more output than we can out of a passive heat sink. So the range and scope of these lights, I think, will blow people away as we get into it. And that's coming out later this fall. And as we move into the spring, we'll have new and more SKUs available. We're also developing new products in the safety side, and that's something that you'll see in the night guard. There's also a really powerful backup light coming. And we saw I think it was the first fella, it's from CLD, that had a powerful backup light as a license plate light. And so what we're doing is we've got a cube as well as a double row light. The double row light has a 275 meter range. So, if you're driving a big truck at night and you need to see, or if you have a real nice big car hauler or a toy hauler that you need to be able to see, that's available as well right now, and it'll be available more into the fall and winter season. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening. We're stoked about where we're going, and we want to expand our dealer base, and we look forward to working with anybody.
Man, if you can actually use the term maglev, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Magnetic levitation and lights. Who would never connect the dots, but that sounds really wicked. There it is on the bottom. If you're looking to get in on some bright source action, you want to get a hold of the folks at Dix Performance. You can get them there at dixperformancenorth.com. Brightsource.ca, I believe, is your website.
Yes.
For all, the applications and whatnot. The team over there is more than happy to answer any questions and then direct you to the right distributor to get the product into your shop. Ian, thank you so much for being on board and coming on with us. I'm very happy that you took the time, because people need to know about your product, and I'm happy that we can help you with that.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. We really appreciate it.
All right, you have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, that about wraps it up, folks. If you stayed with me all this time, I hope you feel that we've given you a nice smorgasbord to choose from. Right, different brands some from the US, from Eastern Canada, some from Western Canada. Different kinds of categories. But at the end of the day, lighting is something you need to take seriously. It's a perfect complement to everything you do. And let's be honest, it's kind of easy to install if you really think about it. So lots of opportunity, lots of potential, so much growth. It's impossible to ignore. So thanks for tuning in about this lighting episode. Leave the comments, give us your suggestions of what we can do more, but it's something that we're definitely behind and we're going to continue promoting. All right, so in only 2 short weeks, we're already back with, oh my God, episode 18. We have 20 episodes scheduled for the season, but episode 18, we're back with another CMA Live all about source units, and we've got the big brands. We've got Sony, Alpine, Boss Elite, Stinger, and Pioneer that'll all be present here to talk about what's new, what's coming out, and what's going on with the latest offerings. Want to remind you to tune in to CMA Connected, our lunchtime learning session every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I go one-on-one with the brand. I get you the info. We go deep and get you all the answers. And last but not least, well, I just want to thank all our guests for coming on tonight, all the great brands and all the presentations and answering all my questions, taking their time out of their busy schedule, and hope that you enjoyed and got something out of it. On that note, thank you for tuning in to CMA Live, presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
Hey, Kevin, do you want some lasagna?
Basically like a barrel.
I made lasagna. What? I made lasagna.
Who's Tanya?
What?
What?
Kevin, do you want some lasagna?
You stepped in what?
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 I made lasagna.
Tomorrow is mañana.
What?